In this podcast episode, I share with you why self care is neither luxury nor an indulgence, but a necessity, right? And you need to know how to find a self care routine which works for you. If you like this podcast episode, make sure to sign up for the free self care challenge that I have coming up on the 22nd of February 2021 using the link shared in the show notes below. I am Anindita, a functional medicine certified health coach and the host of this podcast, Nourish, Heal, Connect. I became a health coach in response to a health crisis in my family. Along the way, I learned many lessons in self-care and healing and came to realize that our mind and body are intricately connected and that one cannot be healed without the other. I embarked on a journey of self-discovery which transformed my life and led me to become a health coach. In this podcast, I share with you guided meditations, inspiring stories and conversations to guide and support you in your own healing journey. So if you're a busy mom struggling with high levels of stress, overwhelm and guilt, with no time to take care of yourself, then this podcast is for you. I created this podcast to empower and inspire you to find more calm, positivity, and resilience in your life by increasing self-awareness, practicing self-compassion, and cultivating gratitude so that you can embrace the life you were meant to live. I want you to imagine a scenario where you're traveling on a plane, right? And as the plane takes off, you hear this announcement. Put on your mask first before putting it on your child in event of an emergency, right? And for most of us, this is quite normal. We expect this and we don't even think twice about it, right? Especially while traveling in an airplane. But when it comes to real life, we don't really follow this advice because it is an advice, mind you, right? That you need to put on your mask first. You need to be able to breathe in the life-giving oxygen if you are to help your child or anyone else who needs your help in case of an emergency, right? You cannot be of much use if you are gasping for air, if you're struggling yourself. And this is exactly the same thing in real life. Right? If you are struggling to take care of yourself, if you are in a lot of pain, the last thing that you can think of is helping another person, whether be it your child or a loved one, right? And even if you can, right? And we do, because sometimes we don't have a choice, and it was the same for me. But eventually we do burn out. So most of the times we have a choice. Most of the times, the majority of the time, we have a choice to take care of ourselves first so that we can be a good caregiver, so that we can be a good parent, a family member, a citizen, social citizen, and have the impact that we want to have in this world, in our lives, in our families, in our society, right? That's how it starts. And for me, this lesson came when my daughter was very ill, right? And my daughter was ill. I have a younger son. I had to take care of them both. Of course, my husband is extremely supportive. My family is extremely supportive. But by being a mother, I was the primary caregiver, and I still am. And I learned early on while doing that, because we went through an extremely difficult patch when she was just 7 years old, that if I did not take care of myself, I would not be able to take good care of her. And while this was true for me, it is also true for you, right? Because whether you are a mom or not, self-care is a necessity. And especially if you are a mother, and that too a mother of a daughter, because you see, as women, we, caregiving comes naturally to us, right? We tend to nurture our families, our children, in a very natural manner, more than probably men do. And especially if you're a mother of a daughter like I am, you are the role model for your daughter and she picks up from you. So I think as mothers, we have an even bigger responsibility to model the kind of self-care that we want our daughters to grow up to have, because we don't want any kind of burnout or any kind of health issues to crop up later down the line, not only for us but even for our children, right? So again, taking good care of ourselves is not a luxury, and it's certainly not selfish, because I think that's a myth that we have been brought up to believe, that we need to be a martyr, right? We need to completely sacrifice ourselves for the benefit of our family, for our children. And we've seen that in many cases in our own mothers. And that's true for women all over the world, because I'm connected to, and I'm sure you are too, through Facebook, through social media, through my coaching network, through my fellow colleagues, and friends and family throughout the world. And it is the same everywhere, right? So make sure that you do not put yourself last in your list, right? And I often joke with my clients that unfortunately for most women, what happens, and that's a reason, like most women have, one of the things that sort of contributes to poor health down the line is because we do not take good care of ourselves, right? A lot of health issues could be prevented if only we took out some time from our daily life to take care of ourselves. And the way I joke with my clients, it's like we have a list of priorities, and we have our children right on the top, then we have our husband or other family members, and even a dog comes on, and our pets come on top before our name comes on that list. So that's the unfortunate truth, right? So what is self-care really? Self-care is about giving to yourself what you truly need, so that you can show up the way you want in your life. So in that respect, it is not selfish. Self-care is not selfish also because once you start taking care of yourself the way you really need to, you will find that you are empowered to give back in a way that your family needs, right? It transforms your relationships, it transforms your life. And that's exactly what happened with me. When my daughter was ill, I realized that I had to find some way of taking care of myself, even if at that time, because we were going through a crisis, it meant only 5 minutes or 10 minutes in a day, right? Because there was not that much of time to think. And often that's true in the times of crisis, right? But moving on from there, when things settle down a bit, I ensured that I was meeting my friends from time to time. I am an avid reader and a book lover, and I never stopped reading. For me, reading is a part of my self-care routine, right? It helps me to escape from my problems for a while and get into a different world, and inspires me, empowers me, strengthens me in different ways, right? And you need to figure out what self-care looks for you, because again, you can't pour from an empty cup. You need to take care of yourself first. So I want to give you permission to start taking care of yourself from today if you're not doing so already. You know deep down inside what you need to do in order to take care of yourself. But the problem for many people is that if you do not prioritize it and schedule it such that it fits into your busy life, you will never find the time. And that's what happens for most of us, right? If we do not take out say half an hour in a day, if we do not take out that 1 hour to meet a friend, if we do not take out a schedule, say half an hour to read a book, I mean, if you're doing it, that's fine. Then maybe you need to just carry on with whatever self-care practice that you have already. But if you're struggling to find time, you will need to prioritize this, right? You will need to first figure out what works for you, and then you will need to schedule it into your day. So there are many different ways that you can design your own self-care routine, and it's going to look different for you, it's going to look different for me and for everyone else. But it's an investment that you make in yourself. And it all starts with the realization that you are the most important and worthwhile investment that you will make in your life. So if you're taking good care of yourself, your family and your children will be much better served, right? And once you realize this, you will find the time to do what is needed on a consistent and regular basis. And it happens for me that self-care falls by the wayside, and it happened recently because with online schooling, etc., with kids studying from home, my regular workout routine has sort of taken a beating. But I'm trying to find ways to incorporate it, to change my schedule, and find a time that suits everyone, right? So all those things are a part of life, but you need to make it a priority so that it works for you. So you need to put in some time and effort to figure out this. What are the kind of self-investments that you need to make so that it'll pay off in the long run. You may not see the benefits immediately. So do not get stuck in an all or nothing mindset where you end up doing nothing at all. So if you do not have 45 minutes today, if you don't have an hour to go to a salon or a spa or get a massage, I'm sure you have 5 or 10 minutes, right? 5-10 minutes to do something that you truly enjoy. That's self-care. And I'm going to share some ideas with you. Self-care is also not about going to, only getting a massage or these grand, or only getting away on a holiday. It's about what you do every single day to take care of yourself. And that's why you do not need a huge chunk of time for that. Right? You can do a lot even in 5 minutes, whether it's a calming yoga pose, whether it's some stretches, deep breathing, listening to some music, indulging in a hobby, maybe some doodling or coloring, reading, right? There's so many different ideas where you can tune in, where you can ground yourself. One of my favorite ways of doing that, and that's something that has happened over the last couple of years actually, is to light an incense, right? I was never the kind of a person who used to use incense for religious purposes, but I have been using aromatherapy for healing in terms of essential oils, but I found that using as incense, like we do, in different traditions in our country, it really helps to ground myself, right? So the smell, I use my sense of smell simply because that's one of my, the underused senses, because we, of course, use a sense of sight and touch, visual, especially the visuals, this thing. But the sense of smell is something that is often underused, and it really works for me. So find a few things, make a list, and have a self-care toolkit. Find a few things that work for you and break them down into smaller pieces that you can do every day. The key is, however, to incorporate them into your daily routine with as less disruption as possible, right? So that's the key here. And what I find, and research shows, that having a daily morning and evening routine really helps in this regard. And I actually have a challenge in coming up, a self-care challenge coming up soon on 22nd of February. So if you're listening to this before that, you can sign up for this using the link in the show notes below. If you're listening to this after this challenge is over, this is starting on the 22nd of Feb 2021. There are many more other options to choose from. And I am going to be doing a similar thing, a post about a podcast episode and a post about morning routine, including a challenge. So today I want you to give yourself permission and do one thing from the list that I'm sharing with you below, right? Whether it's enjoying a cup of tea, whether it's moving your body, whether it's through exercise or a walk or some stretches, maybe listening to a piece of music, reading a book, writing in a journal, or indulging in any other form of self-expression, including doodling, maybe coloring, drawing, right? And any other hobby that you may have. There can be so many hobbies that we have, and we often, one of my hobbies actually is to complete puzzles, jigsaw puzzles, right? So find something that works for you. And one of the actually most effective form of self-care, which I find missing from many, when we become adults, especially for women, though because we are busy, we have an hectic life, we have many responsibilities, is that we are missing play. And this is something that I struggle with myself. So when my 10-year-old son comes and asks for a pillow fight, I try and indulge him, because I know that it's something that, that is missing from my life, right? Because we indulged in play, and play is a necessary form of life, and not just when we are children, but even when we are adults, right? It keeps us alive. It keeps our life exciting. It keeps us, it helps us feel rejuvenated, right? It helps relax us. It's energizing, right? So play with your children, play by yourself with something, whether it's clay or any other thing that you like, any interest that you had as a child, right? You can always indulge in that as an adult. Play with your pets, or any activity that brings you joy will do, but schedule play into your life. So give yourself permission to try what works for you and what does not. Give yourself permission to fail and to put yourself first, because you might not like something that you tried. So keep experimenting. Do this even when it might feel uncomfortable for you, and do this even if you feel guilty at times, right? Even I do that. And even then, I do take care of myself, because I know ultimately that's one of the most effective ways that I'll be there for my family, for my work, for my clients, right? Because you will also realize that when you start taking care of yourself deeply and intentionally, you start making choices free of guilt and obligation. As a result, you may also find that you are able to be there for yourself and others from a place of strength and freedom. Okay? And I end with this quote from the Mantra magazine. Not exactly related to self-care, but over choosing yourself in this respect. The woman you are becoming will cost you people, relationships, spaces, and material things. Choose her over everything. If you like this podcast episode, make sure to leave a review. If you're on iTunes, please leave a review there. And also sign up for the free self-care challenge coming up on the 22nd of Feb 2021. The link is in the show notes below. Thank you.